Targeted individuals. Are you finding it virtually impossible to prove that you are a TI? Here are some helpful tips to remember. 1. Gang stalkers' actions are incremental. What that means is that one complete action is carried out by several different stalkers in small parts or increment. One stalker does one piece of the action, another stalker does another piece, and so on until the action is completed. Individually, each action seems like nothing is happening, but when placed together, they paint a picture. Note that several stalkers coming together to form one act constitutes a gang, an organized gang. This is similar to a jigsaw puzzle. Each piece is important to form an image, but no one piece by itself gives the true picture. Here is an incomplete picture where several pieces have been joined to give a clear image. Just a few pieces are left to complete the project. But this piece by itself only begs the question, what are we looking at? Something is missing. Number 2. Do not forget, one of our missions as a TI is to expose organized gang stalking for what it is, a crime. So let's put the pieces together and let them fit. If it does not fit, we must acquit. Number 3. In our minds, all the dots are connected and we know what we are talking about. But we need to transmit the image to others. For some, you can engage only the auditory senses of your audience, and they can completely get you by visualizing what you are saying. But for others, they need to see the evidence for themselves. This is where the video comes in. This is what is on your mind. But this is what your audience sees when your video does not connect the pieces. Let's take an example. Saturday, March 19, 2016. At 1:47 p.m., a man on his cell phone appeared casually walking in front of my property as if he's heading somewhere. Abruptly, he stops as if receiving instructions redirection. He turns his face towards my house, then returns in the direction from which he came. By itself, this video means nothing. However, it is a piece of a puzzle. Examine the puzzle piece with me. 1. Direction from whence he cometh. 2. The cell phone usage. 3. The strategic stopping and turning towards my house. And 4. The color code, red alert. Examine the next clip, which occurred on the same day and exactly 1 hour and 46 minutes later. Casual walker from a given direction, on cell phone, not just stopping in front of my property, but actually parading, then returns to the direction they came from. And note the color code. Actually, something hilarious took place here. Doesn't it look as if she was gangsed up by the man walking in red, and the man walking in red looks as if he was gangsed up by her who is in red? Now, these are just two pieces of a puzzle. The action is actually not completed. Past records reveal that these are warning signals which precedes a malicious property damage. When the action is completed, these two clips, along with previous records which confirm a pattern, will be combined to produce one solid documentary outlining the facets of gang stalking to be a premeditated crime. Notice too that I'm not in a public place with a camera. I'm not at a mall or at a parking lot. This is right in front of my property. Two persons coming from the same direction, same use of cell phone techniques, similar short stopping in front of my house, and parading, and the same color code. Coincidence? Riddle me this. When is a coincidence not a coincidence? When it repeats itself frequently. What are we looking for to prove that gang stalking is a crime? There are basically two elements connected by a middle one. Desire, which speaks to the state of mind of the person when committing the crime. The guilty mind that demonstrates that the act was intentional, knowing, reckless, willful, purposeful, preparation for the crime, premeditation, threaten, informing you of their intention. And note, threat does not need to be verbalized. An action can constitute a threat. Here is a question to ponder. How will a mute threaten you? Opportunity speaks to circumstances that facilitated the crime. I include the stalking whereby the stalkers ensure the opportunity exists. Then the actual offense, which is recorded in the law books as being illegal. Example, property damage, which could be a wall structure or a vehicle or plants or poisoning of an animal. There are so many. The only people who will be mad for you exposing the truth are those who are living a lie. So let the truth be exposed. Let our video show that their activities are elements of a crime. This will require patience, research, careful documentation of even minute details, and access to legal definitions. If you found this tip helpful, join me in the quest to prove organized gang stalking is a crime. Please share and subscribe.